Hi, I'm Pete Edgecombe, Account Director for the VSO account at Adroit Data and Insight. I hope you're enjoying the conference today. I'm joined by Catherine Ginn, who is Head of Data and Insights at VSO. VSO is an overseas development charity formed in 1958 who seek to use the power of volunteering to deliver a fair world for everyone. They have operated in over 90 countries and have helped almost 60 million people over the years. Adroit is a data and insight agency who support hundreds of clients globally with their insight and data strategies. We have a range of our own products and services and have been an Apteco partner since 2012. We have been shortlisted previously for the Apteco Award, but have never won. Adroit joined forces with VSO in September 2023 to start the journey to transform their supporter engagement, and together we would like to take you through our journey so far. The challenge for VSO. VSO's initial driver was operational efficiency. Campaigns were previously reliant on manual selections, fragmented data extracts, and disconnected comms tools, limiting the ability to target individuals based on behavioural triggers, giving potential, or engagement history. The combined data and technology transformation project had the following core objectives: establish a single supporter view, or SSV, to unify supporter data and improve data quality, and enable automated journey-based marketing. The aim was to build an intelligent, scalable supporter marketing ecosystem capable of improving communication effectiveness, supporter engagement, and experience. Moving on to the technical solution and implementation. The foundation of VSO's transformation was the creation of the SSV. This involved complex entity resolution across 3 disparate systems. The platform uses fuzzy logic and custom rule hierarchies for arbitration to ensure that every individual was represented only once in the database. The SSV has made a significant improvement to the overall data quality available. The SSV has been integrated with FastStats, PeopleStage, and Orbit, enabling selection, modeling, and journey orchestration on a clean person-level universe. The integration of Apteco SMS and then email was also key in order to manage outbound communications from within the journeys. The incorporation of channel consent fields has enabled compliant use of soft opt-in. The Apteco suite is used collaboratively by the fundraising, digital, and data teams to plan, execute, and monitor all campaigns. This multi-team collaboration with users in UK, Kenya, and India has reduced briefing cycles, reduced the need for laborious checking and quality control, and fostered a more data-led culture. Catherine will now take you through how Apteco has benefited VSO.
I'm going to illustrate some use cases that were not possible before the SSV and Apteco solution were in place. Our first use case used the Apteco SMS module to trial our first ever SMS campaign as part of our summer 2025 appeal. Our aim was to establish SMS as a channel for use in all future appeals, in automated customer journeys, and in other comms such as event invitations. Our key performance indicator was response to the appeal, i.e. making a donation. You can see on screen a few PeopleStage shots, the message that was sent, and some of our results. Results were really encouraging. We achieved an uplift in donation volume, which was 80% statistically significant versus control, response of over 25% on one segment, and an overall positive ROI. In future, we anticipate stronger results, partly from more sophisticated targeting, and also since the pilot had a data cleansing effect, enabling us to update the database in relation to bounced mobile numbers. Thanks to the test, we're also well positioned to benefit from the imminent regulatory changes around soft opt-ins, which in our case will unlock volume in more responsive segments. Apteo has enabled us to make SMS a viable, scalable option within a wide range of our supporter communications. Determining the right donation ask is critical for fundraising success, and our second use case is about using Apteco to implement individually tailored donation asks. Regression analysis told us how to calculate the optimum ask amount for each individual supporter. We reviewed this to ensure realistic asks and relevance to the supporter, and we embedded the model in FastStats using expressions and virtual variables. Here you can see some of the work that demonstrates how we were able to operationalise the model, tweaking it for different channels. Here you can see some of the direct mail components, the data extract, and how the data populated the DM creative. And here are some elements of the email data extract, the lookup table used with conditional content, and a copy of the email itself. Results were impressive. Tailored asks achieved response rates 50% higher than control. The summer appeal was over 20% above target, and the Apteo product suite has given us an efficient, automated approach to deployment. The last use case relates to an experimental campaign to convert different supporter types into regular givers. This is another example of work we were unable to do before we implemented our SSV and the Apteo marketing suite. Now, thanks to a much more efficient communications selection process and hugely enhanced data quality, we have time to identify and communicate with previously deprioritised audiences, and more time to analyse them and try out new ideas. Although this was an income-driving telemarketing campaign, the test purpose was to build the foundations for future conversion campaigns, probably using a mix of channels. In the end, we achieved both. You can see on this screen 3 fast stats queries, the first identifying the overall target audience, the second identifying one of our test audiences, supporters who had made a one-off donation in the last 4 years, and the third identifying younger, non-financial supporters who had volunteered through the UK government's International Citizenship Service, further refined by incorporating geodemographic targeting. You can see that the results were varied. Response from the ICS segment was really positive, better than we'd expected. Relationships had not been maintained and the data was quite old. Nonetheless, contact rates were high and donation volumes were really healthy. In addition, we now have a dataset ready for analysis to identify conversion propensity and move towards timing optimization, and the evidence that it is worthwhile and mostly essential to build engagement through communications journeys. We have already implemented a number of fully automated supporter journeys using Orbit and the Apteo email system, and RG conversion is now added to our list of new journeys for deployment. These positive results have opened up a new target audience and a younger demographic than our established fundraising base. This is strategically important and offers great potential for future fundraising. If we didn't have our Apteo solution, we would not have been able to do this test and we would not have identified this opportunity. The overall impact of our combined SSV plus Apteo marketing suite solution has been transformational to VSO communications. In less than 12 months, we have achieved significant efficiencies in our team. This has empowered us to deliver more tailored and sophisticated supporter journeys, enhancing the overall supporter experience, deepening engagement, and ultimately improving supporter retention and long-term value. Pete will now conclude.
VSO has a roadmap of planned activities that include developing campaign and automated journeys, adding and testing further channels, and are well prepared for email soft opt-in thanks to the arbitration work in the SSV layer. We are planning further use of Orbit and developing predictive analytics and new supporter segmentation. Apteo is at the heart of this journey, serving as the engine of supporter communications. In the relatively short time that VSO and Adroit have been working together, VSO has been able to use a range of the Apteo marketing suite features such as the SMS and email functionality, and are looking forward to unlocking further powerful benefits. International development is currently facing deep cuts in government funding and an increasing reliance on individual giving to fund vital programs for health, education, and environmental improvements to the lives of some of the poorest people. Organisations have to improve fundraising and make internal savings to sustain their programs. VSO is still early in their journey, but Apteo has already delivered cultural and operational change and efficiencies. The foundation now exists for deep personalisation, smarter journeys, and long-term supporter growth with significantly improved data quality, which will make a real difference for VSO's goal of trying to change people's lives for the future. We hope you've enjoyed our presentation. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of the conference.